Oh my gosh. Okay, so I didn't hate this episode. I didn't love this episode. I'm in the middle, and this episode's hard for me because it's predictable. Like I can feel it in my jellies. Like I just hit the end of the episode like literally 90 seconds ago. And I feel like it's going down the path of predictability. And like I feel like I know, and I have no source, but I don't know anything about sources. I don't read nothing. Like I'm just anime only, okay? I feel like I could tell you what's going to happen next. And I feel like that's a problem because I felt like so much time was wasted this episode, and I was frustrated with a big part of this episode. And like I was frustrated to where I was like screaming, dude. I was like, yo, kill this effing dude already. Like my appreciate the love side, the good side. We learned a lot this episode, right? We learned about this juggernaut. We learned about the dungeon's defense ability, or the self-preservation mode, essentially. We learned how that's activated. We learned that the guild and we learned that the guild and the overseer kind of like they hid the fact that this juggernaut has attacked before in the past. They worked in tandem with the Xenos. The Xenos understand that this thing is a real thing to kind of keep this from never happening. We learned all of that. We learned that Ryu wasn't necessarily, or her family, the Asterea family, wasn't necessarily wiped out by this other family or familia. They were wiped out by this thing that was caused by the other familia because they wiped them out. So we find out a lot this episode. So I appreciate the fact that they went in depth into a lot of these scenarios this episode. I do really appreciate that. It's the way that we got there, right? And I think my two biggest gripes with this episode specifically, and considering the facts also that we think we have, is there 13 episodes this season or 12? Or 11. So there's 11 episodes this season. This is the last episode before next episode, or the last episode of the season, okay? My two big gripes is Jura and predictability. I don't like when I can clearly see what's going to happen next. I'm going to guess, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen next, and I may hit a home run, and I may completely be off base, okay? But my first major issue with this episode was Jura. Not only did Ryu, the revenge, the Sith Lord, the revenge queen, the revenge elf girl of revengeance, let this dude talk for like 10 minutes. So did Belle, okay? Like, I could not believe that this dude, in this moment, is still alive and standing in front of them. Like, if I had the power and I was standing there, dude would have breathed a second breath. Like, I would have taken him out, headless, like out. Like, this dude's out, you know what I mean? And I couldn't imagine that Ryu just let this dude bully her for 10 minutes when she was about to kill him. Like, I know she got held back by Belle, but would he hold her back again after he just heard all the atrocities? Like, yo, kill this effing mother effer, man. Like, it just totally it kind of ruined the episode a little bit for me, And then the other thing, within this whole Jura confession session, within this whole entire thing, right? Then you have Belle finally going, oh, I finally remember what Ryu told me. It's like, yo, you think you make it clear that she's important to you, and you're gonna tell me you didn't remember the most deepest shit she's ever shared with you till right now? Now you remember being with her through like her little gravesite for her buddies or whatever? It's like, now you remember that? Like, I know you guys have been telling me like, oh, well, it's the way that Belle is written, and he's not meant to be smart. It's like he's had so many moments in the anime of sheer and clear high intelligence, decision making, remembrance, that the moments that he's stupid AF, like, it just makes it's like the writer is like, he gonna be dumb, he gonna be smart, he gonna do good, he gonna do bad. It's like, make up your effing mind. Is he an idiot or is he a genius? it's the thing, and I love this anime, by the way. Like I'm shitting on it right now, but I love DanMachi, right? I'm in for the long haul. I've watched the Sword Oratoria stuff. Like I've watched all the OVAs. I've watched everything about DanMachi. I love it. I think it's awesome, you know. But when there's some clear flaws, you know, in something that you love, you have to call it out. Now, at the end of the day, can I change anything? Does griping do anything? Like, absolutely not. It is what it is. You love it or take it. But here's the things that I just simply didn't like about the episode. Because, again, I review each episode individually. Now, I think the season, like this whole season, I think is awesome. I think it's been a really great effing season. I think this season overall, I give like a 8.5, you know, close to 9 out of 10. Where season 3 was like a 7 for me. I did not like the Zeno stuff at all. I've talked about that before. I think season 1 and 2, killer. You know, so that's kind of the thing for me. The second major flaw of this episode to me was the predictability, right? I talked about the predictability. So there's 2 areas where I see predictability. The one, this is just a complete guess, right? I'm just completely doing some guesswork here. I have no idea if this is going to happen. But Jura, this episode, explained, oh, I'm going to tame this Juggernaut beast, or I'm going to tame the beast, you know? And I'm thinking what's going to happen, and again, I could be 100% wrong. I could be shooting in the effing dark. What I think is going to happen is someone going to kill him. They're going to use this taming weapon as the only option to stop the Juggernaut from attacking. And then the thing I don't know is what would they do with it if they do successfully tame it? Or do they try and tame it and then attack all out kind of thing? Or like, do they tame it and give it instructions to go back into dwelling? I don't know what's going to happen, but my prediction is they're going to kill this Jura dude because this dude's got to go. And then they're going to use that taming weapon. Or Jura will try and tame this thing. It won't work. He'll get killed by this thing, but maybe there's still some ability for it to work there, you know, or maybe somebody pulls off the hero complex stuff. I don't know. The second prediction is Belle gonna be fine. You know, this episode ruined this moment for me because the mermaid, you know, Maria, whatever the hell her name is, but this mermaid clearly said, I can't leave. I need to go back to Belle. Cool. No problem. I gotta go back to Belle. So she said that clearly. So now with Belle being close to the water, losing his arm, she's gonna come, find his arm, be like, Belle, I found your arm. She's gonna use her kissy healing properties. His arm will be mended. He'll get healed up. You know, she'll save his ass. And one of the things that's gonna happen, they're gonna get the F out of there, or his latent abilities will kick in, and maybe he'll kick this thing's ass with the help of his party and others. I don't know. But Belle gonna be fine. You know what I mean? A, he's the MC, you know. But B, they kind of ruined what's gonna happen. Like, if they didn't show us the Mari stuff at all, or Marie, you know, it would have been more moment. But because I already know she on the way, I'm not worried about it. And then I know she has the healing properties, right? So I think how it's gonna play out is either Jura dies, they tame it, they do something. Jura attempts to tame. They use a distraction. They all out attack. He fails it. Something F's up. Or Belle goes Super Saiyan God and kills this thing somehow, some way. Becomes an even greater hero, you know. Or some other ability finally comes to fruition, or something crazy happens. Or we don't understand anything and they attack, and then we just get a cliffhanger and we don't get this till Core 2 in the winter. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I went in pretty hard. I liked the episode. I hated the episode all at the same time. There's things I like. There's things I didn't like. I like the information. I don't like the way it was done. I don't think this diminished anything. It just wasn't the best episode right before we end the season, I think. That's just kind of how my thoughts are so far. But you could completely not agree with me, and that's okay. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week for the last episode of DanMachi.